Yay!
You guys are all sitting in a police car. Let me roll something here. One is Freddy, two is
Oh, hold on.
James,
Before
three is Emily.
you do that, depending on how bad our cards are, we do have a replenish, which Emily has. James, do you want to play the replenish?
What are we taking? Oh,
And I have a limited tree, so I can grab it back.
Oh, that's beautiful.
yeah, I
Wanna do
take
it?
all four. I mean, I could keep them, but I'd be just as happy to throw them and get new ones, to be honest.
Yeah? Alright, so Emily, what we'll do is, since you have the replenish, and I have a limited retrieve, you're going to play the replenish, I'm going to retrieve it. So give me the replenish, and then refill your hand, basically.
But the rest of my cards are so great.
Well, you can keep the locket in,
Oh, I
but
was
the
just
other
kidding.
one... No, you can keep the locket in, but the other one you should get rid of, yeah.
Oh.
And then just give me the replenish.
Lock it in is a neat card if somebody can pop a victory.
Yeah. Just give me the replenish.
Now, I've got a red card.
Oh.
You got a what?
Can I drop it on the background and let you grab it?
Yeah, sure.
Don't worry, just throw it all.
Oh, really? Oh, you have that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you need to draw and throw the cards.
Well, maybe I have a note. Hold on.
Oh, did you get yin yang?
No, Soul Survivor.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah.
Well, I got slapped, so it doesn't matter either way. Okay.
Was the slap just for you, or is it a group thing?
Just for me, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, Emily, discard the armor piercer. Draw
Yeah, I'm
3.
working on it.
Draw 3, and then discard everything. No worries.
There we go.
And now discard everything.
But I don't want to.
I know, I don't want to either, but yeah. Soul Survivor sucks. Oh well. We got them out of the way early at least, so.
The card's still not very good.
Cool. See, fun with cards. Everybody roll a sanity roll for me. I'll detail it in a second here. It's 1 if you make it, D6 if you fail it. It goes toward paradigm distortion.
Woo, I'm maxed out.
Yeah, then you don't care anymore.
1, 2, 3, 4.
As Jameis gets closer to his new permanent insanity.
Yep.
Just so you know, Emily, once you get to 40, 30, 20, your character picks up some sort of horrible thing that is wrong with them. And the best ones are, because it has to come up once a session, it has to be an actual detriment to your character, and it shouldn't fuck the entire party. Like, for example, what's been some good ones? Like, one of the characters, since he was from old-timey background, he wouldn't use tech. He fucking hated tech, which kind of fucks the party a little bit, but he was like, fuck your tech. And he learned things like horseback riding and shit. So if you fail your sanity roll a D6, you want low.
Hold on. Emily died.
Oh. Well, so much for my long-winded explanation.
We're actually connected to the Asian Pacific servers.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Southeast. Yeah. Asia Pacific Southeast.
Oops.
Maybe she's just really good at staying in one place.
Hmm? Yeah. Sure.
But she's still there, it's just...
Well, our entire computer may have exploded with that fried laptop card.
It's possible the entire connection went down. It just takes a while for the net to realize it.
How can you just imagine if the fried laptop thing worked in that way in real life? Computers would not cost more than $200 because they just randomly explode like in Star Trek. And people would be like, I got a special box to put my computer in, so when I use it, I've had 18 blow up on me in the last couple of years, and it stays in the box. That way it doesn't fucking kill me.
Facebook. Oh, laptop crashed. Restarting now.
Hmm.
Oh, well, that's fine.
It's better than the internet going down for some reason.
Yeah, that would suck.
Well, she is in America, and it's becoming a third world country, so you just don't know.
It did happen once already, so.
What, their internet
Oh, no,
went
that was
down?
the power. No, the power went out.
Oh, that's a whole different deal than their internet backbone suddenly shitting the bed. I remember when I was young, if the power went out, I didn't lose my fucking mind. You know, it's like, ooh, let's do other shit. Oh, it's neat and all that. And now as an adult, you're like, my entertainment's gone.
Everything is gone.
You move back to caveman status immediately as soon as the electricity goes out. It's like, well, we should go club something to death and cook it over open fire. Which puts a whole different slant on hunting the homeless.
Let's see.
I'm now imagining her cranking some sort of generator, hand crank generator to get the laptop going.
She driving the car?
Oh yeah, of course she is. I rolled a 3. Of course it's going to happen that way.
And I assume I'm in the side and Freddy is behind, locked up as a criminal.
We always knew that he would go for his criminal tendencies.
Oh, I need to whisper Logan something. Hold on.
Oh, here it comes.
If you're on a no-brainer, you can just say you're on a no-brainer because we were.
I am, but I need to whisper to remind.
I'm not sure
Tell you guys.
if he is or not yet, because I'd wait and see if you are or not.
No, it's something that you need to mention.
Okay. Oh shit! I think I know what it is. Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Zeus still on his cow in the car.
That would be good too. But no.
I think you know what it is, so. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you. You are the orange thing though. I don't know. There it
yeah.
goes.
Hey.
You
Welcome
are
back.
extremely
Yeah.
private with your laptop images, aren't you?
I don't fuck around.
Apparently not. Cool. Once you get back onto roll 20, you are totally back.
Yeah, just roll your
I'm
d6.
logging back on now. I am so sorry again about that.
No, don't worry.
It's nothing you can control. I'm pretty sure you didn't say, I hate my laptop. I'm going to pour this juice on it. Yeah, what's that do? I killed it. Yeah. Fuck you, laptop. That's what
The
you
hard
did.
drive is like slowly but surely dying. And so like just every once in a while it's randomly like, I'm just gonna go completely black on the screen. And I'm like, oh, fun.
That's not good.
How old is the
No,
laptop?
I mean this is like it's like 10 years old. It's lived life.
I'm surprised it's still usable.
I mean, pretty soon it will be usable as harvesting gold from it, because I read somewhere that the amount of gold from laptops and all that stuff is more than you get from ore, for digging your own new gold. I mean, it's still tiny fucking amounts and stuff, but apparently they're happy to just saw through a mountain to get rich. I don't know why.
I remember also running out of copper, so we're still going to have to harvesting that as well.
Right? Until we can actually get an asteroid. One asteroid has more gold than Earth. It's like, there, gold.
We'll just crash into Earth, make it simple.
Or just start to learn alchemy and make, what is it, coal into gold or something? That's what it was.
Coal into diamonds.
Yeah, I think
Lead into gold is what you're trying for.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think the purpose of alchemy was to take gold and turn it into a long ass job. Okay, right. Roll d6 for your sand loss when you. Whoa.
I'm trying to. It's still loading.
Oh, good God.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, Jitsi loaded up just fine. Everything else is loaded up just fine. Now Roll20 is just like, I'm going to take my sweet ass time.
If I was rich, I would get you a new laptop, but I'm not. I suck.
Well, I haven't had a paycheck in like 2 months, so that's not an option right now.
I think things are going to be fucking hard for everybody for a while. I got that fucking impression in my head for some reason.
Well, I was supposed to get unemployment. Like, everything went through, but then nothing's showing up. And I'm just like, okay, this is fine.
Well,
and you remember that thing way back when they, like, the joke people play where they write on a piece of paper, it says, keep an idiot entertained for hours, flip over, and it would say the same thing on the other side. That's basically what it's like trying to communicate with BC. Like, you call one number, and they're like, oh, for more information, call this number. So you call that number, and it goes, hey, for more information, call the number you just called first.
Yes.
And I'm like, neat.
Yeah.
You died from Roll20.
I died. I'm just going to close that window and reload it.
Roll20
so
does not
sorry.
like you. That's all
I
right.
know. At least we're getting all the problems all the way now.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Better than halfway through.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing better than having a good dramatic fucking plot point and then
And the funny thing is,
at that point, my character just jumped off a cliff, continue without me.
It always happens to Logan as well.
Oh yeah. Well,
Just
twice
as he's about to
yesterday.
say something.
Twice yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Seems to be doing better this time. Launch game.
Yay.
Come in. You can do it, laptop. I believe in you. I'm sorry we live in shitty America. One day I'll have a job again and I can buy a new one. Or fix you.
You're gonna buy the laptop, a new laptop?
Yes. You will have a friend. I will name them. I'll set them up with like webcams facing each other and they can talk. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Clearly I've already failed my fucking sanity roll, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's something that has been underreported is the madness threshold. I mean, domestic violence cases are apparently spiking for some reason Logan can't figure out because he's single and lives by himself. Well, I haven't beat up myself yet, I mean. Later.
Give it time.
Oh, yes. That'll be special time.
All right, slowly loading. Oh, there everybody is. Oh, are things happening? Do we do the thing? Am I not going to hold up this game anymore? Oh, let's try it. Let's try it. Rolling the dice. Oh.
I was going to say, worst comes, well, I don't know if Roll20 works on a pad or whatever, but or if they would then fight over the bandwidth between the camera and the Roll20. I have no idea how that would work.
That'd be fine. But you need to download the app, and I think you tried and said the iPad didn't like it or something.
Oh.
Yeah, the iPad was weird about it.
Even though it should work, but I don't know.
As Jameis waits for the most dramatic D6 roll to ever drop. Oh, there it is. 5. Cool.
Okay,
Sorry,
5.
ignore the other one. I didn't think it rolled.
Yeah, that often happens. Find your willpower times 3 button because you want to make this. Otherwise, you may go nuts in the car. And then mark off 5 points from your sanity, putting you down to a 60. And then under paradigm distortion, add 5 points to the first number on that. So that way, when you get both numbers the same, then if something weird happens, you just shrug and go, Yeah, they burned my cabin, and now this.
Bitch.
Although,
All
just to
right.
be clear, your cabin was still standing last time you saw it, just the town in the distance.
So willpower times 3. Come on, character sheet. Pop out.
Look at Freddy
There you
getting
go.
nervous
I
here.
believe in you.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Now, you're going to want to roll a d4, fight, flight, freak, freeze. 4 is your friend in this case. Anything else is less good.
Hey!
All right.
Oh,
She just sits there going, and just so you know how it worked, roll a d20.
Hold on, Mark. You said 5 sanity, right?
Yeah.
and increase paradigm distortion by 5.
Yeah, don't
It's in
forget to
that long
increase
list.
that. Because one day
It's a-
you'll
Where's
get
paradigm
so...
distortion?
Yeah.
Scroll down a little bit. It's in like a long list of all sorts of stuff like
Bestiality,
liches,
being married.
bestiality.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So where it says 40, I make it 45?
No,
No,
the other
the
one.
first blank. The one that's probably got nothing in it. Or a small
Yeah.
number.
So just make that 5?
Yeah.
All right, that's done.
Cool. All right, and now roll a d20.
$16. Now, if this was in combat or something for
And Logan
16...
now died. This is a great, just
Woo!
fantastic start to the day.
Woo! Go
All right, wait for
Logan!
Logan to come back. But basically, you freeze and don't do anything for 16 rounds.
Yeah, this would suck ass during combat especially. Okay, but as it is, you're fine for right now. The reason that you did that 16 rounds of freezing up is because you caught a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. And let's see. Change the names to make it easier on you guys. Okay, you guys are sitting in a police car. It looks as though Emily's driving, Jameis is riding shotgun, Freddy's in the back seat. You got it looks like you're in one of those kind of quasi undercover police cars that you can tell it's a police car, but it's not a marked police car, right? It's got the computer in the middle, which seems to be on the fritz. It's just going, as that was the one infected by the fried laptop instead of your shit. And yay! And you can tell Freddy is a cop because he also has a gun, IDs, etc. But according to your IDs and stuff, now when you look at each other, well, let's see, Jameis, what's your brief character? You haven't gotten to play Emily before, have you? So let's do it. What's your character description, please?
Hasn't really had average height, sort of mid-30s, white with brown hair, sort of typical sort of general boring white man.
Okay, Emily, could you describe your character?
30, also white, long brown hair, kind of nonchalant, like couple piercings, some tattoos, nothing too crazy to script. From 2020, so
Yeah.
kind of modern.
You guys look like normal people. Now imagine like an old man, but then kind of make him cartoonishly old, okay? And then desiccate him just a bit and give him a hook for one of his hands, his right hand. He's the one sitting in the other seat. He's like, I mean, he is freakishly like, somebody just said, give me the oldest, most fucked up looking guy you can find in central casting. And this guy was sent over to your car. Okay. And he's in the last seat. And you guys both feel this weird connection, like he's our buddy. We've traveled with him before and all that. And when you see the hook, then you go, ow. Because
Does he still have the cow stuff on?
no, he doesn't. But you definitely know that fucking hook anywhere. Now, the part that's given you sanity loss and disturbed you a lot is when you look at each other, you see each other as your descriptions. But when you look in any of the mirrors or reflective surfaces or anything like that, you all appear to be heavy-set Italian guys. And this has caused your brain to break just a little bit, except for the super old fugly dude who doesn't seem to care. To speed things up, here's your new names and what stuff is on you currently. Now, I don't know if you'll know how to pronounce your own names or not. That's up to you. They're actual Italian names.
How do we know that these are our names?
Because you have IDs that have those names on them and
Well, we
pictures.
spend a bit of time going, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so 30, 40. All but Marco have wives. Okay. Marco has a boyfriend. Oh, okay.
Oh, how progressive.
Hey, we represent all types here. You know, unless you're back in the Middle Ages, in which case those types were burned at the stake. Because, you know, that's just how they fucking rolled.
Cool. All right. I'm not on a no-brainer, so cool.
Excellent. You guys see a dignified-looking black man in a police uniform coming over toward you guys as though he has been expecting you. He's looking a little bit empathy roll.
I quickly, before he gets to the car, whisper to Nora and say, just roll with it, it's a test. And then lean back
I
into
can't
the
do or
car.
say anything, right?
You're frozen. I don't know if you're still frozen. The rounds are quick.
Okay.
Those who made their empathy roll, he's looking kind of a little bit like little excited, little bit nervous. And very
Don't
much
forget to
all
put a check
business.
into it.
Yeah, be sure to put check mark next to your skill, Emily, if you succeed. Otherwise, you'll hate yourself later. He comes up and he says, detectives. He waits for you to get out of the vehicle. He stands back and gives you plenty of
Is
room.
my door unlocked? I open the door.
No, your door doesn't fucking open. You're in the back seat of a police car. They never fucking open. He hurries over and opens your door for you, and he says, Detective Pasquinelli, good to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you too. How goes everything?
Well, aside from the body, it's fine. He looks at the other two who are sitting in their car. Are you guys getting out or just sitting there glaring
Yeah, I
at
mean,
him?
we sort of give us a moment because we just had our paradigms distorted. So
Yes. Yeah,
What the hell?
he kind of goes, he glances and he goes, I'm not opening their doors type expression, like, nope, the black man is not opening all these doors.
Does he have a name tag or anything?
Yes, his name tag says Briggs.
Briggs.
Yeah, but you
I'll
don't
go
know
ahead
what
and
the
get
little
out of the
star's
car.
name.
Kind of stand behind Giuseppe.
Okay.
All right, Officer Briggs, what can you tell us about what happened?
Give me an
Take
empathy
us to the
roll,
body.
Freddie.
And then take us to the body. Yeah, by half.
He looks a bit hurt when you call him Officer Briggs for some reason.
Aww.
Like, you know, and he says,
I just pat him on the shoulder. A little cop joke. You know how it is.
he just looks at you like you're completely insane. He says, the victim, he does the right this way, and, you know, he's heading off. His name is Noah Valaquette. I will copy paste the name because nobody in this fucking mod has a logical fucking name. They're all weird. Age 32, lived a few blocks away. Local PD says that a clown shot him in the back, cut off his right index finger. Killer appears to have taken the finger. Local PD is roped off.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Did you say a clown?
Yes, detective.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Mm-hmm. The killer appears to have taken the finger. we've roped off the crime scene, gathered up suspects, and canvassed the area for witnesses. We only found one witness. TOD was about 2 hours ago at 7:30 a.m. And he gestures over to their direction. As you can see over here, they are interviewing several potential leads. As you guys look over and see scores of clowns. Some women, some little people, some who the fuck knows what. There's
Where
one guy
are
in
we?
stilts.
Where are we?
There's a street over there, and then there's like kind of a smallish park. Give me evidence analysis rolls as you're heading into this park thing. Goddamn, Freddy goes. To Freddy and Reb, Nora's thinking, this wouldn't be where I would go if I was getting chased or something. But to Freddy and a little bit less to Reb, it's definitely obvious that the guy was probably in a blind panic, and rather than say going to crowds or something like that, he ran into this area that's fairly abandoned, so he gets shot in the back somewhere where there was no security cameras and stuff like that, just to be difficult toward the police. This is the kind of fucking interfering local that needs to be shot in the back.
Mhm.
You also
Well,
one
so
of the
he- So he ran into the park in a panic,
yeah.
essentially.
Yep.
Okay.
And it looks like one of the police officers is currently tasering one of the midget clowns who appears to have gone a bit rabid. Anyway, so they take you over and show you the body. It looks like just some dude who's missing a finger. Here is a picture of a hand missing a finger, in case you've never seen that before.
All right.
Okay.
I put on my
Give me
One for it.
very mild sandy rolls toward human gore or gross out, unless you're like Freddy and have completely lost any kind of human capacity to wince at others' suffering. If you fail it, it's D3. If you make it, it's 0.
I'll put on my one forensic glove.
The cop looks at you kind of oddly, like, you're only wearing the one, because he's probably seeing 2 fucking hands.
Yeah. And I will go down and look at the finger, try to judge how it was removed. Was it bitten off, cut off, ripped off?
Your guess is something cut it off. Give me a forensics
something
roll.
Ooh.
It looks like one glove, one. The police officer goes,
Oh, wait.
years ago, I remember an old timer was telling me, he told a young black man, wear one glove, just one glove, and he did. He went on to become a great baseball player.
Thought you mean a musician.
Well, no, it was Reggie Jackson.
Thought you mean what?
Right. With your
Okay.
forensics, you're thinking that it was possibly like shears or something like that,
Okay.
or like a bolt cutter, because I don't know about you guys, but everybody I know carries around one just in case they need to fucking cut things off people.
Detective Canone, it appears the man's finger was sheared off. We should probably look for some kind of a weapon that could potentially do this. If the murderer dropped it somewhere.
Detectives, the local PD, they're looking for that. According to the only witness we've got, the convenience store guy, whoever the clown was, picked something up and then ran off. Didn't drop anything, but we are still searching the grounds thoroughly. There's like a long chain of like 10 fucking junior cops painstakingly sweeping the grounds and moving aside grass and shit.
I saw he was shot.
Right
Shot
in the back. He
of
points at the back. Give me a ballistics roll or forensics roll, Jameis, whichever you'd like.
No, try forensics because that's closer. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. That's how you'd like to shoot him.
Nah. It appears to be a hole.
Everybody nods.
Detective Stroller, what do you make of this?
Mm.
I turn to Nora. That would be you, Detective.
Ta-da!
Yes, I concur.
I got nothing.
Well,
Yep.
we'll see
Shot
if
on the
they.
back. Another case wrapped up.
All right, boys, let's go home to our wives and boyfriends.
Has the bullet been recovered?
Says the cop. No. We believe that it was not a throw and throw. When the ambulance guy checked out the body to, pronounce him dead, but the coroner will give a full thing on it after.
Has the shell case been recovered?
Take a card. He says, no, it hasn't. I will have our teams work on that as well.
Has enough evidence been connected that we can touch the body?
He goes, when the coroner gets here and takes it back for the autopsy, he'll bag up all the stuff, and then you can.
I mean, you say that, but he's already been put on a freaking stretcher.
All right. Sure.
I want to check his pockets and stuff.
Yeah, good point.
Take a card. No problem. Yeah, you get all of the normal pocket trash that you would expect to find on somebody, but there are some things that are missing. There's no stuff that talks about his work or anything like that. You've got his home address. He appears to have been married. There's really not a lot. Receipts for some coffee at a place that's not super close to here. It'd be like 4 or 5 blocks away. City blocks, the big ones that nobody likes walking.
Has anybody spoken to the victim's wife?
She has been notified about his death. However, she is currently at her residence. If you'd like to go over there and interview her in person, we were told that you might want to conduct the interview, so we were told to not do that yet.
I look up because I know it's Logan.
It shows a midget clown launching out a tree. Yeah. No, you take a card for looking up, and Emily grabbing that card, and yeah, there's nothing special above you, but damn good job looking up because most people never do.
How many clowns have been rounded up?
About 73.
Why are there so many clowns here?
I'm not sure. Here, let's go and find out, he says.
Okay.
Mahoney. One of the local guys comes over and he goes, yeah, Chief. He says, we've got these the detectives we were telling you about. He goes, honored to meet you, gentlemen. He says, what have you found out from the clowns? He says, well, they're all here because there was some sort of casting call notice that they saw on the internet. He says, reading it off, internet, yes. Supposedly it's for a movie. The ad specified show up in costume, no name on the ad, just the address and time. And apparently clowns are desperate for work, so here they are.
Do you have the address for this ad online?
It doesn't have a house, detective, he says. It's just an online thing.
A website. Where's the website?
Oh.
Advertising this.
Oh, right. I'll get it.
Thank you.
I just want to have a just quick look over the man's clothes and this picture of his shoes. Like, does it seem like something fancy? Is it rather more sort of down to earth? Does it look like, especially the shoes, or the shoes the sort that you expect to go?
They're a bit worn. Not fancy though. Take a card for quickly analyzing his socio-political or his economic state. There we go. Yeah, he didn't look like a rich dude.
So our laptop's on the fritz. Is there somewhere I can go use another computer and kind of see if I can dig up some more stuff on this clown stuff?
Well, yeah, sure. Use the one in my car, he says, not knowing what kind of hell he's in for. Unfortunately, we've only got access to the police database to be able to tell whether somebody's got a warrant out for them and stuff like that. It's not full access because of the incident.
So there's no internet access aside from the database?
No, not here. Back at the station, of course, you've got full access to your internet. But
okay. I want to go hop in his car, check the dude's name, see if I can find like a status bar on the bottom that gives me like a date year kind of thing.
Not really.
And any other stuff.
Pretty much all it shows is he has 0 criminal record, not even a parking ticket. He has no vehicle registered to him and no driver's license.
Can I check the wife?
She doesn't have a vehicle registered to her. She has no criminal record.
Does he have kids?
No. If they do, then they're too young to have a criminal record. They're just underachievers. You should have a criminal record upon birth.
Damn.
Okay. Well, detectives, shall we go and question the witness? Okay.
Who wants to drive?
I thought the witness was here. Oh, it's at the grocery store. Okay. All right.
Sorry, that witness.
The witness, yes.
No problem. Yeah, he's standing over there and looking empathy rolls. He looks guilty as sin to Reb, but to... Well, actually, he looks guilty as sin to pretty much everybody except for Freddy, who's thinking he just looks really pissed off, impatient, maybe like he has to piss. The other two are like, he did it, and now he's trying to cover it up.
Let's go over to him.
He just sits there and looks at you really moodily. I've been here 2 hours, he says. 2 hours.
Yeah, welcome to the job.
I don't work as a police officer. 2 hours.
Who are we talking to?
This is the witness. He works at a convenience store.
I didn't realize we'd already gotten to the witness. I thought we were still talking to the cop. Like, what are you complaining about? My bad.
No, it's funnier though because the guy's like, it's not my job. I just try to go to work. The cop's like, quiet, you.
Sir, my name is Detective Pasquinelli. These are my colleagues, Detective Canone and Detective Cholo. We were wondering if you could tell us what you saw?
Yes. If you can promise me that after I'm done talking to you, he points like a half block away, I can go back to work. I've given him all my details. I've given him my home phone number. I gave him my AOL email thing. I've given him my shoe size, and he won't let me leave.
We promise, sir.
Great. I saw a clown shoot a guy in the back, cut off his finger, I think, and run away. That's it.
Can you describe the clown?
Actually, I'm not sure about the cutting off the finger or if I heard about that from somebody else, but I do remember hearing the shots, and I saw a clown running off. It was a clown, he says, shrugging.
Well, describe the clown.
They were dressed in like, he looks confused, and he goes, they were dressed weirdly.
What color jacket was he wearing?
I'm not sure.
What color was his hair?
Maybe red or blue, one of those, or green. I'm not sure. Look, I didn't get a very good look. What?
Which way did he run off?
pretty sure that way. He says, pointing in a vague direction. The other two are thinking, yep, he's probably the clown.
So you actually saw him shoot that man over there in the back.
Maybe, or I just heard the gunshots and looked over. I'm not sure.
Can you please try to remember?
I've been trying. I've gone. The police officer with him goes, it changes a little every time. That's why we keep questioning him.
Have you tested him for GSW?
Yes, thank you. I was just about to say that.
Take a card. GSW. Gunshot. Woo.
The residue.
GSR. Yes, detective. Right. He says, do you consent to GSR test? And the guy goes, does it hurt? He says, I'm going to, he goes and gets something from his car. He says, I'm going to pat this on your hands. He goes, are my hands going to hurt? And he goes, no. So he consents to it, pats on his hands, doesn't come up with anything.
Where were you when you heard / saw the gunshot?
I was going to work 2 hours ago. That's the only thing he seems really definite
Yes,
on.
but where were you standing?
I was getting close to the work. He points over at the work. I work at the convenience store over there. I was getting ready to go in the door, and I heard either bang or bangity bangity bang or boom or something. And I look over and I saw a clown of some sort running off.
Do you guys have security cameras outside your work?
Outside? No. Inside? Yes.
Do you know if any of the surrounding places of business have cameras outside?
Do I know? No.
Have you ever noticed a security camera?
I look at the opposite.
He looks around like... he says, the officer goes, best witness ever, huh?
Yeah.
I want to go into the other businesses while you guys finish interrogating him to see if anybody has any security cameras.
We can take care of that for you, says the patrolman.
Yes, please.
We're going to canvass around because it'll take like a day or two or some overtime to get the tapes and go through them and stuff. He begins thinking of sweet overtime.
So this happened 2 hours ago.
2 hours, says the guy, getting angry all over again. And 15 minutes ago.
Thank you, you can go now.
Oh, he hurries off.
Alright.
He stops and the car goes by. He goes, I'm walking. Goes off to work.
Where, So he was
What you thinking there, Officer Pasquinelli?
He was obviously chased from somewhere. It would be good to see if we can track down where this whole thing started from. Because it obviously ended in the park, but where did it start?
You guys do a little walking around, burn a little shoe leather. It's just not possible to say because there's too many different places he could have come from, and there's like no convenient flat muddy field with like 2 sets of footprints going through it, which really irritates you. You hate these show-off suicides.
Why don't we go talk to the wife?
When were the clowns supposed to be here?
Yeah, they're all there.
When were they supposed to be here?
Oh.
When was that advert said they had to be there?
Good question. Take a card. They're supposed to be there between 7 and noon.
5 hours.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, the clouds are fucking desperate for work.
All right, well, are there any...
If the clowns were brought here to provide cover for the clown shooter, you couldn't somehow... He managed to arrange for the guy to be here so we could get that clown cover, which just seems quite strange. So, which might suggest that the guy was already going to be coming this way.
Well, no, we deduced that he ran in a panic.
Yeah, but if you're going to run in a panic, why would you run? Why would you run to where your conveniently set up arrangement of clowns are going to be, especially in this direction?
Well, witnesses.
What if he didn't start running until after he was already there?
I mean, the clowns are right here. Because if he was going to
No,
run
no,
from
but
this
he was shot here. So if he was already here and then got shot, what's saying that he ran into the situation?
we've assessed that he's run panically. So why would he? So I don't think he'd be run panically.
But
here.
over what sort of distance, though?
Yeah,
if it wasn't a very long
where,
distance.
We don't know where it started, yeah.
Just to be clear, it's also possible to get shot in the park and not see any of the other clowns. But if you were leaving the park and you took the correct path, then you could easily lose yourself in the masses of clowns.
How far was he from the clowns when he was shot?
I don't know, 30 meters or so.
So the clowns should have seen it.
No,
Should have heard it.
there's buildings and stuff. Well, yeah, they may have heard it, but there is a lot of noise being generated by the clowns. You suspect that the backfiring of the one small car they all arrived in could have covered up gunshot.
All right, well, I don't want to leave before the officers here tell us if the clowns saw anything or heard anything.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, that could put a couple hours of crimp into your...
Several hours, okay, fair enough, yeah.
There are a lot of clowns, with more arriving as you speak, going, hey, and then the cops grab them. They're like, no! What's really great is a couple of the clowns have had enough and try to flee in their big oversized shoes and are tased by a couple of cops. It's awesome. Usually you don't get to see this kind of...
Please tell me the shoes squeak when they run.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
All right. Well, detectives, do you want to do anything else while we're here? Or shall we go and question the widow?
I want to write my phone number down for Briggs to give me a call if he finds out any more information.
Will do, detective. Take a card. I will move you guys back to the main board so you can make less cards in your hand. There you go.
Definitely get rid of that one.
Oh, fuck yes. I want to use this card so bad.
Use it then.
Somehow I don't think questioning a suspect or the suspect's wife or whatever in a Disney princess outfit would be a great idea.
You say that.
There's going to be a pinnacle moment where this is going to come in handy, and I will use it.
Cool. It's amazing how often cards
Disney
like
princess
that
cop. Oh, big fat Italian man in a Disney princess outfit. Oh, I love it so much.
All right, well,
what's your one card there, Freddie? Is it a good card or a crap card?
it's a reroll.
Okay. Have you got a crap card, Emily?
Yeah, I've got one. I've got voodoo lore, which I don't
Excuse me
really
a
think
moment.
it's going to be two.
I will be back.
Okay.
Calls.
Take that and just throw them on the card.
Thank you much.
Because I'm going to play Rapid Card Cycler.
Oh.
Let's have a look. 14 cards, get the one that I like. Well, I'm not keeping that one. Actually, no, I may do. Well, see what are my options there. No, not particularly cited.
If I were you, it would be either the checking essence or the I'm right here somewhere.
Yeah. Just having a look. Start throwing cards I don't give a crap about.
So much mess. Okay. Let me fix it. Oh, that's fair.
So no matter where I put it, it always goes off center like that. Though.
Yeah, it doesn't snap unless you move it.
I was told very specifically when I started playing this to always put the cards outside of the discard pile for Freddy because he loves it.
I'm going to do the chicken essence card because we're not going to get to keep whatever I pull out, so I'm not going to bother with that.
Well, actually, if we shadow walk out with it, we will, but...
More likely the model just end and we'll just sort of dissolve.
True.
It's just easier to get an essence check. And considering since this is so low, it's probably not a bad thing to get chicken essence too.
You could have pulled out a laptop.
I don't care. That's all you check that I don't give a crap about.
Okay. So what do we want to ask the wife? Well, the widow.
What's your husband do? What does he have any enemies?
When he left the house.
Yeah, when he left the house, where he was supposed to be that day. Yeah, okay.
Did you receive any death threats from clowns?
You know, the usual.
Was he having an affair with a clown?
Bum. We didn't find his cell phone, so do you think he left a cell phone there?
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, he didn't have a cell phone.
That's a
Although
great
this
point.
2000,
if he does, then we can go through some text records.
although it is 2000, they didn't have that many cell phones back then.
Is it 2000?
Yeah. I'm assuming this is Sherma.
What are like
you're not
Nokia's?
Slee Stack.
And we haven't got any new cards, so.
Yeah. Oh no, Emily needs new cards actually.
Oh.
She's not been here.
She has not been to Shermer before?
Don't think so. Have you been to Shermer before, Emily?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Right.
Just kind of, no, okay.
We're afraid to write them down.
I will write them down.
Queen of
Thank you,
Swords
Brandy.
and the Hanged Man.
Is this from a mod from a TV show, Logan?
Yep.
Can you PM me the name of the TV series? Because I just want to double check that I'm not on a no-brainer myself. It's sort of familiar, but I've seen so much stuff, it could have been anything at this point.
That's true. I've got to look and see where the fuck it's from. Yeah, I love co-opting.
It's a bit familiar, but I just may have seen so much stuff at this point that it's okay. It's one of those shows.
I don't actually remember which show I stole this out of.
I'm not going to Google anything to find out.
Cool.
So, well, otherwise it's going to give it away. I might suddenly go, oh yeah,
That's
this
true.
one, so-and-so does the killing.
Yeah.
No,
I'm definitely into stealing anything I can to get an mod out of it. Okay. Now, you guys know when the cops all pull in with their various vehicles and the sandwich truck and the ambulance and the coroner and all that, they leave this one super twisty, hard to navigate, barely wide enough for a car path out.
I'm driving.
No. Luca's driving.
Well, she's got the keys, so if she wants to give you the keys, they could be your key. Apparently not. So.
Okay, if you want to drive.
Yeah.
It went so well last time. I definitely do.
Cool. Then all you have to do is give me a simple driving roll, full as you're like trying to get out without hitting all the numerous bumpers and fenders and shit which are left super badly parked, because apparently everybody else is able to do this now.
Shit.
She like
Police Squad thing. That's the show.
I actually have skill points there. I did not think that was going to go that poorly.
You just bumped it. You're not going that fast. It's not like you ripped off the bumper and shit. But now you can try again, because you're going to be backing up and hoping that your bumpers didn't get locked or anything like that. And